With that in mind, we'll get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode, I think I've got the number right, 181
Actually,
or
183.
100.
It's actually 183.
Thank you, John. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 183 of Your Next Level Mastermind. Our topic for today is, why is building a community around you so important? Before we get to that, I'd like to have the opportunity for you, people who are watching the recording, to find out about these people, hear what they have to say about themselves. They are in situations where they can actually provide you with opportunities in a whole range of things that you didn't even know existed. So I would strongly, and not strongly, I would enthusiastically encourage you, for those in our replay, to reach out to these people, to connect with them, to talk with them, to get to know them. And irrespective of their background, bear in mind that they know people that you don't know. They know opportunities that you may not even thought about before. They have insights about business that perhaps you have even considered. There's a whole range of reasons to reach out to these people, and it's free. It doesn't cost you a darn red cent. So I'm suggesting very strongly to you that if you're watching this replay, then these people who are all busy, and I mean they are busy, if you get the chance to connect with them, do better than that. Don't just text them, talk with them. Book a time to talk with them. Get the opportunity, whilst you've got it, for free, to have a free consultancy connection with these people here, and introduce yourself to them so they can understand who the heck you are, and they may be able to help you in ways that you never even expected. So with that in mind, let me start with you first, John Allen, followed by Harry. Okay, so John, over to you. Let's hear a bit about your story, where you are, what you do, and why you love what you do. Over
Good
to you.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are in this great, big, beautiful world of ours. I'm John D. Allen, Allen Small Business Coaching. Basically, what I do in a nutshell is I help people get their ideal clients on their calendar and do this through using comfortable conversations. People have to be comfortable with you. Trust is the new currency. If they don't trust you, they're not going to do any business or anything with you. So what I do is teach you how to create trust with people. I'm located living off grid in Northern Ontario, Canada, where it's a cool 28 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning, about -2 or 3, whatever that is on Celsius. But reach out. I'll be happy to talk with you. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, John. A cool, what did you say it was in Celsius? A cool what?
-2 or 3, whatever. I'm not sure what it is. It's 28 Fahrenheit.
Um,
The moisture on the windshield this morning was a little hard. Had to
I've mentioned
scrape
this
it.
before, but I'll mention it again. For people who live in the Thai village where we live, okay, whenever the temperature got below 20 degrees Celsius, they started lighting fires to keep warm and buying all sorts of winter clothes. Okay.
That's a nice mild
Harry, are
day.
you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. Harry, over to you, followed by Pat Dry.
Hey, gang. Great to see everybody. I guess we're all fans of Peter, the world's nicest guy, the world's softest closing salesperson that earns a living. My aim is to help people similar to John to grow their sales without the pushy, salesy tactics. So I've been doing the sales and sales leadership for about 25-ish years. We'll stop at that number, and working with small businesses that are struggling with leading their sales teams. So great to see you guys and gals.
Thank you, Harry. Nice to see you as well. Pat Dryer, followed by hello to you, Janet. You're next after Pat. So Pat first, then Janet.
Well, thank you, Peter. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Dreyer, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, in the U.S., where it's 19 degrees Celsius right now. So it's actually cooled down substantially. We were able to even open the windows, which it's just been the air conditioner here for the last 5 months. But anyway, very simply, I just show people how to make money. And I use the, excuse me, I must be catching a cold from this cold weather. Kidding. But anyway, I use the leverage of network marketing and a company called My Daily Choice as a vehicle to build my own business. And we really just show people how to build a business as a consumer. And once you learn the skills that we teach, you never have to work for someone else ever again. But that's why so many of us actually got into network marketing. It's just a lot of people doing a little bit. Now, I know there's a lot of ways to make money in this world, but for the average person, network marketing is better than any other form of business. And that's not really an opinion. It's a fact that I can back up. Now, I'm looking for a partner. If that's you, I'll show you how to get started for free, and I'll help you get some fast results. So you can connect with me. My details are in the messages, or you can just go to patdreyer.com. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Pat. I mean, there aren't many business models where you can start with zero money when you think about it, right?
Yeah, and start making money quickly.
And start making money at the same time.
Yeah, you got to put the work in, but it can be done. Thanks.
Thank you. Janet Pacelli, followed by Vangelis.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the lateness this morning. Happy to be here. Good to see you all. Looks like the Gentleman's Club this morning. I'm coming to you. So Janet Pacelli from Sunshine State of Wellness, and I like to partner with and bring you natural healing methods, alternative methods to help you deal with your pain, sleep issues, weight management, balance, stamina, stability. So I have partnered with Super Patch, and we bring you these drug-free wellness patches. I don't know if you can see it up close. So there's a pattern in this patch, and when it touches your skin, comes in contact with your skin, it sends a signal to your brain and helps your neurology, helps you reset, helps your central nervous system. And I put this on, I'll be in the car driving with anxiety, I'll throw this patch on. It's almost like just an instant reset. So it just kind of puts my brain, puts my mind at ease, puts me all back together, so to speak. So I'm looking for people that are looking for natural pain solutions, sleep issues, and who want to try these drug-free wellness patches. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janet. Vangelis, nice to see you, followed by Alan Edwards.
Nice to see everyone. Thank you so much. I am Vangelis. I was in the world of technology for 45 years, helping companies solve problems, some of which they didn't even know they had. So it's where I would go travel the world and do workshops for IBM and Cisco and work with engineers, salespeople, and executives. And so now all the things that I learned and all of the companies that I helped them solve all the problems that we solved.
Well, that sounds pretty impressive to me, Vangelis. Well done. Actually, I'm going to send you a private message. Alan Edwards, always nice to see you, my man. Over to you.
Hi, Peter. Likewise. Hi, everyone. I'm Alan Edwards. I'm a property investor and developer based in Hampshire in the UK, and we solve property problems. So you see the way that there are empty commercial buildings in your high street or in your neighborhood, and we convert these into high quality residential homes. Thereby we help to solve the housing crisis in the UK. We also solve problems for commercial property owners because they may be losing money when their property is empty or partially used, and we create wealth from the transformation into high quality residential, which is higher value. Thereby we make profit for property owners and also for property investors. I've put my details in the chat box. So nice to meet you all. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you very much indeed. We have some apologies. Now, Janet, can I put down Santa Claus as an apology? You're muted.
Yes, he would be on this morning. He has a live in-person, well, virtual. He has a live recording session with a client. So,
Okay.
yes,
Thank you. So, our apologies for today. Anthony Piselli, Santa Claus. David Ning. David is a member of our group, but he has never actually joined us on a mastermind before, and he was about to do it, but he's stuck on the darn subway, so he can't really do it without a whole lot of background noise, but he'll be here next week. Brian K. McNeil, who we always never miss because you can't miss his personality. He can't make it today, but he'll be here next week. Glenda Kroll and Yvonne Jones. They're the apologies I've got for today. All right, so our topic, why is building a community around you so darn important? And yes, thank you, John, episode 183. All right, so who would like to kick it off? When we're talking about communities, when we're talking about life and business and a whole range of things, why is building a community around you so important? Alan, you've got your hand up. Over to you.
Hi, Peter. Yeah, I think building a community is important for something that John mentioned earlier, and it's trust. You need a community around you so that when people are looking to solve whatever issue they have, there's someone in the community who can help them. And it's essential that within the community there's trust between the different parties who participate, and therefore I think you don't necessarily have a problem every day, but when you do have a problem, it's good that you belong to a community where you know you can reach out to someone who can help you with that problem, whatever it is. If your problem is finance, or it's sales, marketing, whatever, you need a community around you with different specialists who you can trust to reach out to. That's all from me.
Tell me a little bit more about that. When you say a community of specialists, what do you mean by that, Alan?
Well, it means that you've got people with different skill sets, and that every person doesn't have all the skill sets. Usually, they rely on experts in their field. So, like there is in this community, there are experts in different fields, and I know that, you know, if I wanted to reach out to an expert, I know where I would go within this community, and I have reached out and spoken to different people from time to time. So it's good to participate in a group where you know that you don't necessarily have to demand something from the community every day, but it's good to be part of a community where you know that if you need the help, you can reach out to the people, like a group of friends, really, or a big family.
Actually, that's interesting too, because when you think about it from a friendship point of view, not just a business community point of view, it puts a whole new connotation in when you think about it there, in terms of the level of trust, in terms of the level of camaraderie and all those issues, which are important.
Yeah,
for both life and business. Yeah.
Yes,
Hey, Dave,
yes.
nice to see you. I just put an apology in for you because you're on a subway. So let me go to you. First of all, introduce yourself to say who you are, okay, and we'll get back to you. So,
Hi everyone. My name is David from Australia, Brisbane. I'm here in Guangzhou for the Canton Fair. It's a commodity products exhibition. I'm just trying to get a community project off the ground. I call it community homes. I've got a website called communityhomes.com.au. The challenge is finding the right people to be part of this project. It's a housing project, affordable housing project. I want to incorporate a business hub into housing, so I can provide business coaching, mental health support, because in my community, a lot of people are going to drug addiction, drug dealing. It's a low socioeconomic area where I am. So I want to contribute a bit to the community, maybe transform the area into a more entrepreneurship community rather than a drug, domestic violence, you name it, community. Thank you.
So, David, whereabouts exactly in China are you?
Guangzhou, in Guangzhou.
Okay, Guangzhou. All right.
Yeah.
And
Next to
this
Hong Kong.
community, okay, yeah. This community, is this a free community or is it a paid community?
Oh, okay. Well, look, it's a social enterprise. I'm trying to create jobs in my social enterprise. Now, I've been invited to Rotary Club. Rotary Club, I'm not sure if anyone heard of Rotary Club. I was the president for the last 3 years. And very grateful to learn how to manage a team and that kind of thing in the Rotary, and learn a lot about charity stuff, But look, I still want to be in the social enterprise space because we got to make money to survive, And when we make money, we can make bigger impact in the community, help the community more. But ultimately, I like my community to be more entrepreneurship. Basically, that's what I'm aiming for.
Okay, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, David, and welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to
Thank
your
you.
Next Level Mastermind. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Who's next?
Peter, I'll go, but honestly, we don't teach people to build a community. We just invite them to the company community or communities that we think that they may be interested in joining. Obviously, people want to be a part of something. That's just the way people are. They want to be a part of a team, and whether they're making $500 a month or $10,000 a month, they still want to be a part of that team, and they want to know that they belong to it. So what we do is we really try to make things easy for people to do, because not everybody has the ability to set up a community, lead it, or the desire to even do that. So what we try to do is make things as simple as possible so that anybody can do it. So what we do when we bring people into the company is we start introducing them, and we call it expert from afar. So we introduce them to the people that can help them get to where they need to go in the things they want to do. So that they don't have to think. They have to build the community, build the websites, do the things that a lot of people do to start a business or a coaching business or even a store, if you will, open it up. So we try to make it as simple as possible. And that's why I say I show people how to make money. And that's all I really do. And I introduce them to the places that they need to go to. So the community's there, but they don't need to build it.
No, but it's still important for them. But they don't have to build it, but it's there as a really important resource, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like I say, everybody wants to be a part of something. They want the community. And again, some of them, all they do is they're consumers. They're the customers. They don't even try to build a business, but they like being a part of the community that's there. And there'll be a lot of those in Dallas this week.
Good, because this sense of belonging is what you're really aiming at, Pat, right? And the sense of belonging.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. People want to be a part of something. They want to know that what they're doing counts, and that the community is actually moving towards something that they believe in.
Right. Makes sense to me. Good. Thank you very much, Pat. Who's next?
One of the things
John. Okay, John.
One of the things I've been talking with some people, and there's a couple different ladies I've been talking to. One is a fashion designer, and the other one actually sells fitness equipment in Europe. And both of them, like we're talking here, their salespeople are looking for a community. They want to belong to something. They believe in three things. People want three things before sex and money: recognition, appreciation, and praise, or RAP for short. And the lady from the fitness thing said that's been very, very important for her people. People want to be recognized. They want to know that their services are valuable. They're appreciated by the company, by the people around them. That's what makes us a team strong. You know, you can have a great community, but if, you're not involved with them, or people aren't involved or don't feel welcome, they're not going to stay. So the biggest thing with your community is make people feel welcome, appreciated, and valued. Thanks, Peter.
And John, would you also say that not just appreciated and valued, but that the actual members of the community feel like people understand them? Would that be an important factor?
By all means, people have to feel, again, like they're a valuable part, and their input is valuable. Their presence, is wanted and needed. Again, it's like Pat was saying, they put people in touch with the right people to help them succeed. Alan was saying to have the right people around you to help you. If these people don't feel valued and appreciated, they're not going to stay.
Good point. Okay, thank you, John. Vangelis, what about you, my man? Why is building a community around you so important? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm actually taking a few notes here because when I think of community, I think of a variety of things. For example, when a person starts their own company, they are a single person doing everything. And then you build a community of people around you. Instead of you doing all the admin and courier and selling and technical whatever, now you have people that are actually able to help you with all those activities. So you don't have to do everything. You can have each department within a company be a community with like goals and objectives and desires and so forth. And then you have a community of people that maybe are in a support group. And so now they are now there to bring and hold space to help you see things that you can't see. So a community can be a variety of things depending upon the context, the environment. But in the case of a company, I have a community because every person is an extension of that single cell of a entity. And then you have a community and a group of people that are looking for maybe some assistance or whatever. And they're all now helping each other and supporting each other and providing an environment where it's safe and easy to speak with and get ideas. So if you didn't have all those communities, if you didn't have the extra people in your company, if you didn't have the people in the support group, if you didn't have the people in the departments, you would have to do all the thinking by yourself and no one to back or anything off or feedback or anything. So that's how I see community.
Okay. I mean, the world's tough enough as it is. To try and do everything on your own is almost impossible, right? So the whole idea, the whole concept of a community can be a salvation and an essential way of you, not just with your business, but also with your life. There's no doubt about that. Thank you, Vangelis. All right. Janet, what about you?
Excuse me. Repeat the question again.
Why is building a community around you so important?
Connectedness. People want to be needed and helpful. So, like for me, with my niche, my industry, so I'm in the wellness industry. So I do have a small community. To me, community is people come in there, they want to join to learn about the products and share information with others. So to me, community is sharing and caring, but it's sharing and it's the leader wants to be, I mean, as I said, people want to be needed and understood and all of that. But to me, the community is more sharing, and I don't use it as a platform to sell more than offer advice or help or point someone in the right direction to help them with what they're at. So to me, it's important, and just for connectedness, because online you really have to work on building those connections, because you're not face to face, you're not in person where you have the interaction. So it's a little bit more challenging to build connectedness, but through those communities, it can be easier and more enjoyable.
That's interesting, Janet, because actually building connectiveness is really almost the same as building a community when you think about it, right?
Yeah, and you can do that in a group. You can have a community on your own personal profile.
So what are some tips you could share about how best to build a community online? What's worked?
I wish I knew.
You wish you knew.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge, especially on social media. I feel like just Facebook in general, it's become, in my opinion, saturated, and it's challenging. But I think you have to just live and let people be, and it's challenging. It's time challenging. It's for me, I have found it to be challenging. I think you have to just be yourself. People have to be interested in you to want to follow you or join. They have to have general be interested in what you're offering, either as a person or as an entrepreneur. What you're selling. You're selling yourself.
Okay, thanks, Janet. Okay, that's fine. I mean, because to me, building a community is not easy, and it is hard work. It can be very satisfying. You can be in a situation where, like Pat, that the community is already there, which means people are lucky to be able to join someone like Pat and have a community that's already made. But for a lot of people, they've got to build their own, and it's not easy. Not easy to do that. Okay, Harry.
It's not.
Sorry, Jen. Yeah.
Hey, David, just so that you know, might want to mute yourself. We hear the restaurant noise and we're jealous that you're eating dinner.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Because I use the free Wi-Fi here, and I bought the noodles. Otherwise, you get cold.
Yeah, go ahead and eat. I'm not blaming you for eating. It's just like, it's funny when you hear a restaurant, it's like, I want to be there.
Otherwise, if I go back to the hotel, I'll be late, very late.
So Peter, just as far as community is concerned, I look at it as a way to make a contribution to humanity. I recently started this venture of going out on my own as a consultant a few years ago. And I realized that I was more caught up in myself and my own successes and my own desires that I lost sight of what the real picture is for me, which is making a contribution to others. So anyway, I had to switch that a little bit and just spend more time in thinking about how to help people, less focus, not that there's no focus, but less focus that everything is my business. Right? So I became all consumed in business with everything, and realized it's like, I don't even know the people in my own town here that I live. So when I started to do that, that's when business started to grow better. And the community feeling for me is, it's all about making a contribution and building, not necessarily building my own community, but building my own network of people that I feel like I can make a contribution to those people.
For those who are watching, if you look over Harry's right shoulder, you can see a book called Selling with Dignity. He's the author of that book. And if you're interested, do you mind me saying this, Harry? Can they reach out to you to get a copy of that? Could you actually put in the chat details of how they can access it from you?
Sure.
Put it in the chat. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I mean, it's important to me. To me, communities are everything. They're absolutely everything, and I appreciate where you're coming from, Harry. And also, normally at this time, you can't make it here because of your own community commitments, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we flew getting you today. There's no doubt about that. So.
Yeah. Well, just to add on to what the nice lady whose name escapes me, Miss Baselli, Janet, what she said, I agree with, and I think it's difficult for some of us to connect with others here, but I really try to make it a mix of online and in person. And it's, to me, it's all about having the one-on-ones. Like Peter and I, we've had one-on-ones. We feel like we're kindred souls. And you have that when you have enough one-on-ones with people that you now are building the trust factor in relationships. So I think it's, it's a mix of both for some of us, but it's all about the one-on-ones and getting to know people.
Yeah, with your experience, Harry, would you care to share what would be the #1 tip you would give in terms of how best to build a community? Because this is a real challenge for many people.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I don't want to offend anyone. Okay. But in my world, where I came from, so I used to do mission work. So without going there, I really am a giver. There's certain network groups that you go to, and it's all about what you sell. And people go to these groups thinking that they're going to sell something. I just remove that completely away from the whole concept that I am not there to sell. Everyone says they're not there to sell, but they lead with, generally, they lead with their product and service that they do. So my mindset is, how can I make a contribution to the group? What can I share? What valuable content can I share? How can I make someone feel welcome? Ask questions to get someone to open up. And then with the one-on-ones, like I have a one-on-one with somebody, I am going to research that person and find a way that I can make a valuable meeting for them. I don't care about me. Sometimes they'll ask me a question, sometimes they won't, but I feel better making it all about that person. And then if they don't ask about me, it's like, well, they're probably not for me anyway. But generally people do. And when you put forth the effort, they walk away feeling like you're something special and you made a contribution to their life and to their business. So to answer your question, Peter, in a sentence would be, find ways to provide value to others without leading with your product or service. And I think you're going to find that the relationships improve dramatically.
Absolutely.
Great answer. Great answer.
I had a friend post something the other day and it said, people who move products make a living. People who move people make a fortune. So find ways to move people. The freedom is yours.
I love that, Pat.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Anyone else like to contribute before we wrap it up in terms of building a community? David, are you still there or are you still having noodles? I'm not sure where you are at this point.
I'm still here. Sorry about that. Yep.
It's okay.
Yep.
Would you like to share something about communities?
Yes, look, I never thought I'll be in a community doing what I'm doing, because it's all adversity. It's all started from adversity to a workplace injury and then suicidal situation. I'm so glad I rebounded, and as a result, I want to contribute to the community where I'm living, a low social economic area where it really need a lot of support in my area. That's why I'm doing community homes. So I really appreciate everybody here for giving a lot of good wisdom and good tips. I learned a lot today. I want to say thank you very much. And there's a lot of areas that I need to learn. to do it properly, because the last 7 years, I didn't do it properly. I did it all by myself, trying to get support. I don't know how to get support. Government thinking I'm crazy because I had this mental health issue where I went through trauma, and unfortunately it got stuck with me, and I fell in communication. I went to a washroom, learned communication skill. Rotary Club gave me opportunity to learn how to connect with people and how to support the community. So I learned a few things along the way, but there's so much more to learn. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, David. Would everybody please make sure you put your contact details into the chat, and then make sure you save the chat if you could possibly do that, so that those people who are in fact watching the replay, I will be putting your contact details underneath the video on YouTube so they can contact with you. Anyone else like to share some last minute thoughts about communities in particular, some tips about what worked for you, or some perhaps things to avoid in terms of building a community because that it didn't work for you? Anything like that?
One of the things I'd like to add is when you're trying to build a community and do anything, be authentic. Don't try to be something you're not. You know, you've got to be yourself. And that's what people are looking for. They're looking for truth sayers, not people that are all full of crap. You know, they're looking for people that are honest, can help them solve problems, or can be a help to them. So, you know, be yourself and be authentic. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, John.
And Peter, specifically, you've built an incredible community, and I want to thank you for that. And when you think about it, just on this call alone, we've got South America, North America, both Canada and the US. We've got Europe going here. We've got China. We've got Thailand. And I know we had New Zealand at times. Mark hasn't shown up today, but he's usually here. You cover the whole world in your community, and we appreciate you for it.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you very much indeed. But it is hard work.
Mm.
It is hard work, but it's enjoyable as well. It's enjoyable. And for me, on a personal note, because I live in a remote part of the world, communities online are extremely important to me. I mean, in fact, they're essential, not just for business, but just for living and for lifestyle and for relationships. And I try not to distinguish too much between relationships and life and business. Okay, anyone else before we go? And thank you again.
Vangelis.
Yeah, I've built several different types of communities when I was doing workshops for companies. And you would finish the workshop, and a couple of months later, people would go back to their normal routines. And so I would build communities where I would say, this is a place where you can go to. For some people need accountability. Some people just need help to maintain their momentum that they built in whatever the workshop was. And then there's a community that I build also with the consulting life coach stuff that I do. Because again, you would talk about stuff and everybody was excited at the end of the workshop. And a couple of months later, they didn't touch anything that you talked about in the workshop. And when you have a community, it's a place where it reminds you, it's a place to create and maintain momentum. It's a place to get support. So it's as if you're building connections to people. And once you say, look, here's a place of commonality, now people have a place to make a connection. And you've made a connection in that original location or original class or original workshop. But then when you leave, it stays there. And so this way, it's almost like building a hub where, like spokes a tire, everyone now can connect, and then the information flows goes both ways.
Good point. I like that idea, the picture of the hub. Yeah. All right. Well, without any further ado, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for your contribution. I look forward to hopefully seeing you all next week. David, enjoy your noodles over there in China, and thank you for making the effort to join us today.
Sorry about that. In the middle of eating, but yeah, thank you very much.
Not a problem at all. And Harry, thank you. I know how busy you are, and I appreciate the fact that you made the effort to be here tonight. And it's a time clash thing for you. So thank you very much indeed. All right.
That's great to be here. Great group.
Okay.
Excellent.
All the best, everybody. Take care. Thank you very much. Make sure you save the chat, and we'll talk to you same time next week. Okay. Bye
Thanks,
for now.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Bye-bye.